Hey guys, my name is Butterbrick Studios, and today I'm going to be making a review of the Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron GRAPPLE. Now, what separates this review from most other reviews is the fact that I actually have the old 80s Generation 1 GRAPPLE, which I can do comparisons with. But first of all, let's take a look at the packaging. Pretty basic, same as sort of the Siege packaging. Here we got Thundercrackers comparison. Got the name, Earthrise War for Cybertron, Siege War for Cybertron. On the side, got pretty good art. The characters, Voyager class, all that sort of stuff. The back, main notable difference. The fact it no longer shows the battle masses advertising that. Also, the color has changed. It was really bright blue to this more bluish greenish sort of color. And here we got the Earthrise artwork. This is Siege artwork. Ship taking off from Cybertron and then, ooh, crash landing on Earth. Oh no. Yeah. So basically, same sort of packaging. Comes with this little boxy thingy. Now, the the Siege ones, this one's a little messed up, but they have these little sort of things in here to hold it together. Now, I don't really care for those sort of things, but I have to note that it is not on the Earthrise. But that really doesn't matter. I just use it as like ground for my stop motion series, so most of the time you're probably just going to see it laid down like this. And I might do the whole cutout and make a map thing. I also use the red decoder to look along it. I don't know how well this will come across. Yeah, you put the red decoder strip over top. And you can see there is nothing of interest. Literally nothing. Which I'm kind of mad about. Still retains those symbols here that were prominently shown on the Siege packaging. Now that's enough about packaging. Now on to the actual good part about the review. GRAPPLE. As you can see, he turns into like this crane truck. I don't have these tabbed in all the way because I've seen from tons of other reviewers these are prone to snapping off and getting stuck in the feet, so I don't want to potentially break it, so it's less in, so it's less friction, less damage caused. He's pretty solid in vehicle mode. He looks a lot better if I would push this all down, but again, don't want to break it. Articulation, you got a hook. You can move in and out and around and stuff. You got telescoping crane, which locks in pretty good. You got ratcheted up and down here, but my issue with this but the ratchet's too tight, and it just causes this hinge here to fall back. So you got up, really far around, and then full 360 rotation. Pretty good for a crane. You also get weapon storage. For storage for the weapons. You got pretty basic weapons. You got this gun here, which looks pretty nice. Got this little hand attachment for being like a blaster of sorts. Or something that you could like repair things with. He is an architect, so this could be some sort of welder. Then this little claw, which tabs in on here, and you can also put it on one of the hands. Now, I feel like this feature that I'm about to show is pretty great to put in the Earthrise, because, okay, let's just get the weapon storage out of the way before I go on about it. You can just tab the gun to the arm, which kind of look, or the crane, which kind of looks lame, or down here. I could just like put it in a bin somewhere. And then we got special storage for this on the side of the crane. You could put this up here too. I don't know. I'd probably keep it back here if I'm storing it. But yeah, onto this feature. Now, this guy is an architect. You should know that. Now, something you also should probably know is the fact that Earthrise is its new gimmick, because Sieges was weaponizers, which is pretty cool. I really like the weaponizer feature. Now, Earthrise is about base modes and stuff. So you got ironworks, and you got sound barrier, and other things like that. Now, we got sound barrier here. Now, what makes this cool is there's a little tabs in here that you can hook onto these pieces, base mode pieces, so that GRAPPLE can actually do some building. Since he is an architect, it's pretty great that he can actually work on things. He's holding up sound barrier here. Oh yeah, he can actually build bases. This little head thing keeps spinning, which is pretty loose. But yeah. Now, for vehicle mode comparison, I should probably lower the camera. Vehicle mode comparison with G1 Grapple. Now, as you can see, they're about the same size in vehicle mode, although Grapple... I said Grapple as if there aren't two Grapples on scene. The Earthrise one is a little wider. About as wide as how far these arms stick out. And also, the arms are way better folded up on this version compared to the old one. Which is reasonable, because these were made 30 years apart. You got these little stabilizers, which aren't functional on either versions. Now, Grapple, this G1 Grapple has probably been in a sandbox for years, so it is missing a few parts, and the stickers are starting to peel off. does noticeably not have, the Earthrise doesn't have as big of a crane as the G1. Although, I feel that it's really good that the crane is a lot smaller, because it works a lot better in robot mode. This is just like a lot more clean and slim, and this is like old. And to make matters worse, this is extremely loose, and both hand tabs are broken, so you can't really secure these in. So yeah, definitely go with Earthrise Grapple over the G1 figure. The G1, only get the G1 if you're looking for an original Grapple. Okay. And now, let's get on to transformation. Start by removing all the accessories. Set those off to the side. I like to take and untab the arms and fold the cabin forward. Take the arms, rotate them around. Take the forearms. Fold out the hands, which I like that they're all nice and tight and tab in pretty well. And then carefully remove the feet from these tabs here, which I'm thinking of shaving down so that they're a lot less tight. And take, oh, you can't see this really well. Take and just collapse all of these little panels on top of each other. They'll tab in like that. Take the feet, accordion them up, and they'll tab well into place. Now, you're going to take and rotate this around, fold it down, and it will click nicely into place. I like to fold this all the way up so it hides away, and then collapse down the crane, and just take that section and fold it down. This front panel will like just easily flop down into place. And might want to tab this top section in first, because these tabs are pretty tough up here. So and here you have Grapple in his robot mode. In his robot mode, he looks pretty good. One thing that I'll have to comment on is the plastic looks, or it feels and like looks cheapish or too vibrant. It's like way too bright for my tasting. And you got different shades of orange, which doesn't really show well on camera. It's like a really peachy orange, and then like this bright orange. And we have the painted orange of the chest, which is two different paint jobs. One for a sticker, which is more yellow. And then we got painted orange on the legs. So we got a total of 3 different orange colors, which don't really stand out to you and look odd in person, neither on camera. So you can see he's got proudly displaying his Autobot logo. The backpack folds up very nicely and doesn't hinder articulation. If you want to move the legs back, this does angle to the side just a tad, perfectly for the legs to go directly back. So that's pretty nice. For articulation, you've got a mushroom pegged head, rotates 360, arms out and in, 360 rotation there. Got this butterfly joint here, 360 degrees bicep, just a tad over 90-degree elbow bend. Waist rotation, but it is hindered by this, which you can just easily fold out for a full 360. Legs forward and back, in and out. Thigh rotation, full 360. 90-degree knee bend, ankle pivot, and if you untab the foot, you can make it go forward like this for walking, or backwards, which makes him very, very stable. Makes him a very stable figure. I don't know if the whole joint system will get too loose over time so that you can't do this, but it does tab in tight if that ever happens. Now, for weapons. First of all, we have this gun, pretty basic, pretty good looking actually. You can tab it into the hand. You can have them hold it in both hands and shoot down Decepticons. Just be like pew 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 at the Decepticons. Next, we have this little sort of welding piece, gun sort of thing, which you just rotate around the hand, and that will tab into there. Like to keep this to the inside. So you have this little handgun weapon thingy. And finally, a actual grapple, which you can also just rotate around the hand and tab it in. I don't really see a need for this, other than it being some weird Omega Supreme-esque thing. Where it makes like some sort of laser or something like that. This can soar up here, which doesn't really look good. Or you take and have this rotated the other way. Which I don't think it goes all the way down. I might be wrong. You can tab this in, or even facing inwards, but then it's grabbing at his behind, which doesn't look good. This piece here can still store into this slot here. And the gun can also store up here on the back. So you can have him hauling around all of his accessories. Which I feel like he'd have no problem doing. Since he's like big and tough and stuff. Also, today I had a look at my friend's figure. He brought it to school. And the arm on mine here is like really loose. It looks pretty good, but as you can see, it's flopping. On his copy, it wasn't like that, so it's probably just an issue with mine. He can do the whole blast effects gimmick. Forgot to show it off with his weapons, but he can put blast effects on the tips of his guns. You got a bunch of ports everywhere. On the chest, shoulder, arm, toe, foot, even some along the crane. G1 comparison. As you can see, the G1 has a black colored head and the Earthrise does not. This is because this is more accurate to the G1 cartoon, while this is quite a bit different. And also in shape and stuff. On the G1 version, you got this piece that just sticks up like that. Bring the crane higher. Unlike the Earthrise version, which is a lot more cleaned up. You can see the crotch plates are actually very similar. And also, I'm not sure if these were intended to be chrome because most of the chrome is scratched off on my copy of this guy. Again, because he was probably in a sandbox for 5 years. You got that detail on here. You got these little spires up here. Nice chest. These got these weird things on the legs. Same on the new Earthrise. Got the feet. Look very similar. So yeah. That's about it for comparison with the G1. Now on to show off, something which people have been neglecting to show. Weaponizing him. Here I have Cog. In this demonstration, I'll be weaponizing Grapple. Now he has all of the same ports that you'd see on a Siege figure. Just taking these off for a moment. It's got all the same ports on a Siege figure. I was worried if they'd keep that sort of gimmick or not. And I guess they did. Got all the ports everywhere. Now, just to combine them, you can just put these on the feet, which sits very well centered, which I like. Unlike how it fits on my Megatron figure, which is very far back. I don't know. I forget. And we can tab these up here, which I just thought of, since he doesn't have the back, a singular hole in the back. But now these arms are freed up more. You can do something like this, like that, and then this piece, which you can just tab into the arm, which will look bad on just about any figure. And this maybe could be some sort of gun piece. I don't know. Something which I just thought up right now. You can make this shield look a lot better now that he has these little hand ports. So you can get a nice shielded warrior pose. I would demonstrate with Smash down here, but he isn't transformed. But yeah, he can do the whole siege weaponizer gimmick. And I think that's the case with all the other Earthrise figures. So yeah, that's about it for this video. It is pretty long, but it does include all the features you want to see on this guy, including all the features of like the toy, weaponizing, picking up pieces, etc., etc. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.